Never stop reading the Bible. Today, we're jumping into the ancient prophetic book of Joel. Now, it's a short book, but wow, is it powerful. It takes us on this incredible journey from a just terrifying national crisis all the way to a stunning promise of global restoration. So, let's get right into it. The book opens and bam, you're hit with this overwhelming sense of dread. The prophet Joel warns that an unstoppable army is on its way, and it has wings. This isn't just some vague threat. It's a catastrophe so total, it feels like the end of the world is here. So what is this terrifying army? Well, this brings us to the first big reveal. We're talking about a devastating plague of locusts, an army that literally consumes every single thing in its path. Joel does not hold back with the imagery here. I mean, this isn't just a bad harvest we're talking about. It is total and complete desolation. The fields are stripped bare, the food supply is gone, and along with it, any sense of hope or joy has just vanished. The entire nation is teetering on the brink of collapse. But here's the crucial point Joel makes, and you really can't miss this. This is not some random act of nature. He says the plague isn't just a disaster, it's a message. It's a wake-up call from God because the people have turned their backs on Him. And this is where things get really fascinating. Joel takes this immediate crisis, this horrible locust plague, and he uses it to point to something way, way bigger. He connects it to this idea you see throughout the prophets, the great and terrible day of the Lord. This whole comparison just brilliantly lays out the book's core warning. You see, the locusts, as absolutely horrifying as they are, they're just the preview. They're like a small-scale model of what that final, ultimate day of judgment is going to look like for the entire world. So, faced with this terrifying reality, you have to ask the question, right? When it seems like destruction is absolutely guaranteed, is there any hope? Is there anything at all that can be done to change things? And that question right there, that's the turning point for the whole story. And the answer to that question moves us into the second part of the book, where the tone shifts dramatically from judgment to an incredible offer of mercy. Now, the solution that's offered isn't a new military strategy or some clever economic plan. No, it's a deeply personal plea from God to His people. He's saying, turn back to me, not just with rituals, but with genuine, all-in, heartfelt repentance. So Joel calls for this huge national gathering, and he means everyone. From the oldest leaders to the youngest kids, they're all supposed to come together to face what they've done, and as one, turn away from their rebellion and come back to God. And the response to this kind of genuine change, it's not just forgiveness. It is an absolutely extraordinary promise of restoration, and it happens in two incredible stages. Okay, so first things first. God promises He's going to completely reverse the physical devastation. He says He'll drive out the locusts, He'll heal the barren land, restore the crops. Basically, He's going to erase the nation's shame and bring back prosperity. But you know, that physical healing is just the beginning. God follows it up with a promise that is so much bigger, something totally unprecedented. He promises a future where He will pour out His own Spirit, His personal presence, not just on a few chosen people, but on all people. So what does this actually mean? It means a whole new era of people having a direct connection to God. It shatters all the social barriers. Young, old, men, women, everyone will have access to Him. It's a promise of a personal relationship and a promise of salvation for anyone who calls on His name. From that incredible personal promise, the book's camera lens kind of zooms out one last time, all the way to its cosmic conclusion. It looks forward to a final judgment of all nations, and after that, the beginning of an eternal peace.
Joel prophesies about a future moment when God will gather all the nations into a place He calls the Valley of Judgment. And it's there that they'll be held accountable for their pride and for how they treated His people.
So this final sequence kind of lays out the roadmap, from this global confrontation to the ultimate resolution. And after the judgment, the book ends with this beautiful vision of lasting peace, total security, and endless abundance for God's people, with Him forever. And that really brings us to the final takeaway here. The book of Joel gives us this powerful pattern, doesn't it? A crisis comes along that reveals a much deeper problem. That leads to a call for real, genuine change, which then opens the door to incredible restoration and hope. It's a story that feels just as relevant today, challenging us to think about how we respond when crisis hits and where we place our ultimate hope. Thanks for joining this explainer from the Center Studio.